I'm out here flight shooting my Penobscot, or double bow. I'm going to refer to it really as a double bow because the geometry is a little different than what I've seen from reconstructions of Penobscot bows. But what I do want to impress upon you is the beauty of this design. Now, I did not construct this with the intention of creating a compound bow effect. I believe that there's a lot of misinformation or maybe missing the point as far as having a double bow. My point is not to create the compound bow effect, although I have manipulated these in the past with different geometries, different lengths of the back bow compared to the main bow, cable attachments, and have created a compound bow effect. But what I like about these, aside from the fact of being able to create a very good weapon out of materials that aren't dry yet, in fact this would be a good study in the survival bow things where you're in the backcountry and you have green materials and not really the time to fully cure anything, is that what you're doing is you're sharing the load first of all between two bows. So two 25-pound bows that aren't stressed will become a 50-pound bow. I mean, everything being equal. However, what I did is I put together this is striped maple with the bark still left on. Striped maple has very stiff bark. If you do buy this one, you're going to notice that it's not smooth and sanded. There's tool marks on here, which I think are artistic, and then there's scorching where I dried the belly. This upper bow is a hard maple, sugar maple actually. Very good bow. If you were to separate them, you'd have a nice short bow. Anyway, because the neutral plane is in the air, you've got a bow that's basically all compression, you've got a bow that's basically all tension, and with this back bow being stiffer and being rigged here, what you wind up having is the back bow, which does a lot of the work, doesn't bend as much. See, there's hardly any bend there. It has that mechanical advantage. And so you're not going to stress this out. And that's why I believe it would be good for a greenwood bow. You're not, to get a good draw length, over bending it. In fact, you're barely bending it at all. And so that bow is going to retain its integrity. It's not going to get massive string follow, probably even if it's green. It's being all under tension, so it's being yanked instead of like sheared. It's a good system. I want to get a close-up here of it. I want it all kind of primordial here with my design. Dark cherry dye job, white spots, and then the little line there. I think it's gorgeous. The bows are held together with rawhide strips and then wrapped with a buckskin. It's a commercial buckskin, not brain tanned, purchased on eBay. And then these aren't for bow strength or to hold anything together, it's just for looks. Got to have style. Now to string this thing, it's pretty easy. Unstring. Let me disassemble it. These are just kind of like a little slip knot here because I want people to understand, if they buy it, how to take it down and put it back up. Boink, boink. I'm going to undo this one. You don't have to have like a super done knot or anything, like half inch with a little slippy do on there. Works fine. Undo that. And then just unstring it. To string it, just do the opposite. Boink, boink. String this one. Now pay particular attention. You do not want to overstress these things too much. There's no need. You can adjust the draw weight, I'm sure, by doing it. Put it through the string knot there. Once around, twice around, and then back. Oh, I'm going to do it from this side. Once around, and you notice I'm not really doing much. A couple times around, then go through this one, backwards, around again, and then a little half hitch, and then one of these little bunny ear knots. There we go. That's all. And see, I didn't really need to tighten that too much, so this upper bow, which does a lot of work, is not stressed. Once around, twice around, go under there, backwards, maybe backwards again, it doesn't really matter. Half hitch, And then I just like to do one of these little kind of through here, so you have loops. Pardon me, I don't have gloves on, it's kind of cold. And there we go. And you notice this bow really hasn't been braced. It hasn't been stressed. It's ready to go. It's prepared, but it's not overdoing itself by being braced too much. Now, show you that it actually shoots. I have my camera set up. I have to shoot this way, so unfortunately it's not the best view. This would be the best view. I'll just do that. See, that back bow doesn't stress too much. And here we go. Ready? Wow. Okay, I've been actually flight shooting it into the wind, so I don't have the wind advantage. And this bow, with a 23-24 inch draw, which is short by bow standards, I've been able into the wind to shoot 135 yards average with a 125 grain field tip, a 30 inch Sitka spruce shaft, and 3 vane fletching. Now you might say 133 yards or 135 yards by English longbow standards, of course, or flight bow, isn't like, yeah, that's a long freaking way. But 135 yards with a 55-pound bow at 24 inches of draw is really respectable. That's good flights with the short draw and not a killer weight bow. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you decide to purchase it either as your first bow or just one of your collection, because this thing is just art. And again, notice that this back bow isn't taking any set. In fact, it still has reflex. This bow has some set, but you know, it's not the main power of this thing. This one is. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to shut it down now and continue to flight shoot.